with the second video, part 2 of the first lesson. So, we've spent the first time talking about the body, the neck, the head, and so forth, parts of the guitar, tuners, strings, bridge, the frets, and the string names, which are numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we went through picking either with your fingers or your thumb, or using a pick, using upstrokes or using downstrokes. Okay. And then we walked through a basic finger exercise after discussing how to properly fret, which is to say we don't want to be on the fret, we want to be right next to the fret. Okay. So now what we want to do is come down to this side again, and again, whether you're holding a pick or whether you're using thumb or fingers, the idea is we want to go through a few picking patterns. These are utilized as exercises initially, but we'll actually be using these exact patterns to make music, so don't feel exercisey on these. What you want to do with these is treat them as making music. So I'm not going to do anything with this hand. I'm just going to hold the instrument so all the strings are open, and then we're just going to go through and hit string 1, 2, 3, and back to 2, and then just repeat that in a nice, smooth cycle as if you're playing a song. So I'm just repeating it over 1, 2, 3, 2. Now you can play right with me if you can play it that quickly. If not, go at your own pace. If you need to, pause the video. Okay, or you could use a thumb or a pick. I was using just one finger there. Okay, so let's try a different pattern, something very similar, where we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. So we're actually hitting all the strings, cycling down and back again. So let's try that. And again, between all of these, you can pause the video and work through those at your own pace and then come back to the video. So here we go. Whoops, I messed it up. That's okay. Let's try it again. I'll switch to my thumb. Excellent. All right. So, again, you can pause the video at any point, go back and work through that finger exercise, work through a couple of those patterns. We can also do patterns where now I'm using my thumb and my finger at the same time on string 1 and 3, and then simply hitting string 2 after that. I could do that with 2 fingers and a thumb, or I could just use 1 finger and a thumb. It doesn't really matter the pattern that of digits that you're using right now, provided that you're just getting the right string pattern is what we're after right now, and then we'll discuss different ways, mechanics of playing that in terms of which fingers. So you can try that. You can even make up some of your own patterns. So, all right, so pause the video and try that for just a moment, and then as we come back, all right, we're back. So what we want to try now is laying your fingers. I'm not squeezing, and I'm not kind of gripping where I might, I'm just taking the fingers and flattening them rather than having them curved, and then laying them as lightly as I can so they're just touching the strings. The idea is then when I go across the strings, nothing happens. It's just stopping them from vibrating, so it stops the pitch. This stuff doesn't ring out, and I can do that down and up. So what we're going to do with that, that's a mute. So we're muting the strings so that we can work on strumming with strumming, again, if you're using a pick, you just kind of go up and down, or you can use like just a finger, and what I'm doing is kind of going down with the back of the nail and back up this way, or you can use a thumb down and then back with the back of the nail. Some people, it's easier they can go back and forth, finger, thumb, or finger, thumb. Doesn't really matter mechanics-wise how you're doing it now, just whatever's comfortable. So just do that for a moment and get comfortable with the feel of that, and then we're going to do a drill. So again, pause the video for a moment, go through that, and come right back. And so here we are, right back. So we're going to do a drill. It's referred to as a call and response. And the idea is I'm going to start by tapping my foot. Hopefully you can hear that just fine. And then I'll play a pattern, and you play the pattern back to me. So for example, if I were to go, then you would go pop, pop, pop. If I go, then you go pop, 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 and so on. All right, so let's try that out. Ready? I'm going to go, and you go. If I go, and you go, and you go, and I go, and you go. Okay, let's get a little harder. Excellent. All right, so go back and review everything on the videos, but basically we've covered the parts of the instrument. We discussed holding it. We looked at upstrokes and downstrokes, or fingers and thumbs to play. We looked at how to properly fret a note, and then we used a basic finger exercise to work on that. You can get double duty with that by really focusing on, again, on this side, downstrokes or upstrokes, or fingers or thumbs, or whatever combination you're using. So you've got that. We looked at some basic patterns. Again, you can experiment with different picking on that, finger, thumb, upstrokes, downstrokes, as you're walking through different patterns. Remember to play the pattern as a song, though, because we're going to make music with that. It's not just a drill. These are designed to make music with. And then, of course, we muted the strings so you can practice your strumming. And then we did a call and response so that you can practice different rhythms. Just remember, one of the best ways to practice, if you were to turn off the video and you were someplace else and didn't have access to the video, if you remember initially only the finger exercise to work this hand and just strumming, just muting those strings and then strumming anything at all, that would be great. In fact, you can turn on any of your favorite music and just strum along, not worrying about the chords or the individual notes or whatever that's happening on any particular song, and simply strum the rhythm. Get in the ballpark as close as you can get to it. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be in the vibe, getting that general groove. As long as you're on tempo and it seems like it's right, it's close enough for now. Don't worry about it. Just have fun. You'll get really comfortable with the mechanics if you do that without us having to discuss all the mechanics. It's a much faster way to get there. Is just turn on music and strum, strum, strum. We will talk about the mechanics. But a faster way there is really to get it down intuitively first, and then we'll concern ourselves with intellectualizing the process and what have you, and getting into physical mechanics of it. So play around, have fun, and we'll come back and discuss looking at tablature so we can play some melodies and play some scales and whatnot. Then we'll have a lesson on chords, different pretzel-like shapes, and we'll discuss how to put those together. And before you know it, you'll be playing songs and strumming around the campfire or on the beach or at the boat dock or what have you. So I hope it's nice and sunny where you are. If not, hopefully this video will make you feel sunny and warm with all the sunny and warmth we have here today. So that's got it for now. If you have any questions, visit sdmlguitar.com or contact me directly by whatever method is your preferred method, text or email or what have you. You can also contact one of the other certified instructors or our program director, Polly Felice or J.D. Wright or myself or whoever your personal instructor may be. And with that, you have a good one.